Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I just want to give you my opinion on the top 5 best power armors in 2025. Gonna show you how to get all these guys as well. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 is. Let's get into it here. Okay, before we do, I just want to point out a couple of things about power armor, that might not be so obvious to some beginners. And I just want to start with the fact that even with, one of the power armors like this one, the Excavator with the lowest resistances, you're still very overpowered, as you can see. Like, I'm just letting this behemoth beat the crap out of me with a fire hydrant. And, I'm pretty fine after I got a decent build going. So, just want to throw that out there. Also, you have 10 plus strength now when using power armor. This was recently added, and I just want to say too, strength is a measure of your raw physical power. It affects how much you can carry and the damage of a melee attack. So, the more strength you have, the more you can carry. So this plus 10 in a power armor just enables you to carry a little bit more. And if you're a melee build, you're going to do more damage as well, just being in a power armor. Also, want to point out the calibrated shocks. I pretty much put these on every one of my power armors on the legs. What it does is it gives you extra 50 carry weight for each leg, so plus 100 carry weight for your power armor if you put these bad boys on. And you can jump from any height with a power armor and live pretty much infinite height. You will not die. Also, bird bones is great too. It'll make you land a little bit slower if you're not jumping too high. This is a game changer when jumping around in a power armor so you don't get the crash down all the time. I'm going to get into why electric absorption is so good with a power armor. Trust me, it's amazing. Take the time to read that there as well if you can. And I will show that a little later on in the video. Also, I just want to show too, power armor parts do not weigh as much if you have them on a chassis. If you have the chassis with power armor parts on it, no matter how much they weigh, it's only going to weigh 10 pounds. So just throwing that out there. So wanted to get this on the table, everybody. Let's get into the top 5. At number 5, I put the T65. Now, I think this is an awesome power armor. Just going to show you the base stats here for it. And yeah, this was probably my first, really good power armor. I'm sure when you get this, you will have no problem staying alive. It has some of the highest stats for power armors, and it's generally easy to get your hands on. You will have to do the quest line involving Foundation and Crater. You will have to be talking to Meg here. She is at Crater, and you will have to talk to Paige at Foundation as well, which I'm showing here. So, if you're not familiar with these missions, it's just part of the main storyline. I'm sure you will run into them eventually. I don't want to spoil anything too much. I just want to make sure that you're on the right track to get this. And yes, it'll eventually open up the opportunity to go to Vault 79. Now, if you came over here and didn't have these quests done, you will not be able to get in here. So I just wanted to point that out without having to ruin any of the storyline or anything like that. So I'm sure this will send you in the right direction. And yes, you can get the mods for the T65 here and the actual plans for the T65 limbs and torso and helmet. And just to show you the prices for it here too. It's not exactly cheap, but still one of the easier power armors to get your hands on. And, just overall, it's going to keep you alive. Again, like I said, it has some of the highest damage resistances, and even with a basic build, this is a great power armor. I feel like this power armor will fit into your playthrough very well, because by the time you're done going through the main quest line, you'll probably either be going towards a power armor, which is a T65 isn't a bad option at that point, or a Secret Service armor, right? And they're both available once you're done that quest line I was talking about. So again, highly recommend the T65. At number 4, we have the Hellcat. Now, this one could be number 1, depending on how you look at it, just because of the set bonus it has, or the unique bonus I would say this one has. But just to show the stats very quickly here, it does have very nice stats. But the unique bonus with this power armor is the fact it's minus 2% damage from ballistic weapons. That is a lot, and that goes up to 12% when all these pieces are worn. So, Like ballistic weapons from enemies, it's just like sad the amount of damage they do. And you should have no problem staying alive. I don't even have legendary effects on this power armor. And as I was saying earlier on in the video about electric absorption, the legendary perk card, if you combine these two, like I really don't know what's going to kill you, aside from like maybe a raid boss or maybe even a Mirelurk Queen, you know, creeps up on you, you're not paying attention. You know, aside from that, like robots are going to be killing themselves and, you know, ballistic damage from some super mutants. Like there's no way they're going to be able to kill you. It's so overpowered. Like I said, this could be #1 on the list, depending on how you look at it. It's a great power armor. Now, to get your hands on this, another reason why I like this power armor is because you will just have to do the Brotherhood of Steel quests that take you over here at Fort Atlas. And yes, you know, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to run through the quest. The quest that you have to complete is called the Catalyst. So basically just start doing the Brotherhood quest line, and once you complete that, you will get the plans for it and a free set of armor as well. Now, if you want the mods for it, you can come over to Foundation, as I was showing here, and we're just going to talk to a gentleman named Samuel, and he will have all the mods for the Hellcat. Fairly easy to get your hands on this stuff, guys. Very easy power armor to get, extremely overpowered. Now, #3, the Excavator. A lot of people might be wondering why I have this at #3. I will explain, but let's just talk about the base stats here. Yes, obviously not the greatest, but as I said at the beginning of the video, power armors are just overpowered as it is. So if you just, you know, look the other way about the damage, you know, it has 100+ carry weight, you know, not with the calibrated shocks, and you can also get more ore when you're collecting it. It's really the carry weight for me, but like say you're collecting lead to, you know, make ammo, it's just absolutely great for that. You want to make sure you have the Excavator if you're collecting ore. And this has like become one of my daily driver power armors just because like it's really, you know, the damage resistances on it aren't that bad. I've been doing raids with it actually, no problem. Absolutely awesome power armor. And like I said, you know, maybe you'll run into a Mirelurk Queen and they might hit you good a couple of times. You still have lots of time to get away. So this power armor has really, you know, been one of my daily drivers lately. And to get your hands on this power armor, you will want to come to the Garahan mining headquarters over here and basically interact with the sign that I'm showing here. Now, I will link a video in the description going through this whole quest and everything and how to start it and, you know, how to craft the power armor and all that. And it'll be able to explain it a lot better than, you know, than making another 15-minute video. And if you want the mods for the Excavator, you just have to come over to the White Springs Mall here. And then we're just going to go all the way to the end here. And I think it's the Responders vendor. Yes, the Responders vendor. And he will have all of the Excavator mods that you will want. At #2, we have the Vulcan. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a lot of people's #1. This power armor is absolutely awesome. It has some of the best resistances, which I'm showing here. And yeah, it's not the easiest power armor to get, which I will get into soon, but this is one of those power armors that has an absolute amazing set bonus. So, it has a plus 25% AP regen rate, and it has a plus 25% fusion core duration, which is pretty good, I think, for a power armor. I feel like this is, you know, one of the best effects to have, or sorry, some of the best effects on the power armors for a set bonus. And it also has a reflection assembly and a gimbals bracer mod for it, which is unique to this power armor. It's the only power armor you can get it on, which makes it that much more better. And let's be honest, the jetpack is pretty amazing. And yes, I just want to show the AP regen here. And just like when you're using this power armor, you just feel so accurate. I can't explain it. It just feels like you're shooting needles, like a laser beam. It's just awesome. And yeah, like look at the AP regen on it. It's just crazy. Combined with Company T, like your AP is just almost instantly filling. Now, the worst thing about this power armor is how to get it. And you have to do raids in order to get the plans for this. You can get random drops of this power armor and create your own set. and the mods you have to get from doing raids. So, easier said than done, I know. I will link some videos in the description that will explain raids to you. I will link a video in the description that will give you an awesome build for doing raids. And even if you're a beginner, just watch that video on how to complete raids, go in there, and I'm sure as long as you're helping, people will keep you in there. Honorable mention definitely goes out to the X01 or the prototype, whatever you want to call it. Let's just show the stats of it quickly here. It is very decent for a power armor, and it's, you know, definitely another good one for a beginner. It's fairly easy to get. It's part of the main quest line, which I will link another video in the description explaining the whole quest line to go through to get this, and it will bring you to the White Springs bunker. I'm going to show you how to go through the service entrance though, because I think it's a little bit quicker going through here. But yes, it's in the White Springs bunker. Where you get the plans for this power armor. And I'm just going to show me running through here because it can be a little bit confusing in here. And yeah, you're pretty much just going to walk up to a terminal, you're going to look for the schematics of the power armor, and then you're basically just going to download them, and then it will say that you have learned them. So yes, we're looking for the military wing, and you will not be able to access the command until you have completed some certain missions to become an Enclave General. Again, I will link that video in the description explaining how to, you know, get all of that done. It's really not a bad mission. It can be a little tedious, but yeah, I will link that video in the description. And then, of course, you just come up to this terminal here, go to the prototype power armor schematics here, click on it. It's not going to say that I've learned them because I already have, so simple as that for this power armor. Thought I would mention it. And at number 1, I have the Union. Now, this power armor, I feel like, just gets, you know, everything done, at least for me anyway. And it has a very good set bonus as well, I'm going to show, but I just wanted to, you know, go through the stats here very quickly. But yes, the set bonus for this one is 150 poison resistance and plus 75 carry weight without the calibrated shocks. So this is almost on point with the Excavator, except it has that poison resistance rather than, you know, the one for collecting ore. And yeah, you know, like if this was any other power armor, this poison would probably kill me. So the poison resistance is nice, and that 75 plus carry weight is just amazing, and the resistances just puts it through the roof for me. Now, to get this power armor, you can get it from Giuseppe at the White Springs Refuge that I'm showing over here, and you will have to use stamps in order to get this power armor. So you're gonna have to grind expeditions. Now, I'm going to show you the prices of them here. They're not showing for me because I actually got them off a scoreboard when it first came out, and then you've since needed to purchase it with stamps. So here's the prices now. They used to be a lot worse, so those aren't too bad. And again, you do have to do expeditions in order to get stamps if you want to purchase the Union. I do recommend the Boardwalk, although it does have some bugs, but it's probably the fastest one to complete over and over again. Atlantic City is probably your best bet for expeditions if you want to get stamps in order to get this. And yeah, everybody, definitely my number 1 pick is the Union. I didn't used to like it, but it's really won me over. And yeah, definitely give it a try if you haven't. My number 1 pick for power armors. And big shout out to my friend Wolf. He's definitely an inspiration when it comes to power armors and just the game in general. Thank you so much, Wolf, man. Cheers, buddy. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Of course, again, this is just my opinion. Please let me know your top 5s in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading those. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the videos. Have a pleasant evening.